Hi, let me introduce you to an app that I use in my business almost every day. It's called Milanote, and it is basically a mood boarding app, but it's so much more than that. With Milanote, you can bring in images from across the web and use them to communicate with people either internally or externally to your business. I use it for interior design mood boards and communicating them with my clients in the very initial stages of a project, as well as creating my own personal vision boards, and as well as organizing content and my business. So let's jump into the app and take a look at how I use it. This is the home page that you will get, and I've set up a dummy page where I've put in things like my courses, my businesses. So this is where I do my courses, and this is my interior design practice. And I also have a vision board that I use. And I've set up two small projects that I'm currently working on. And I'm just going to jump into this one, which I haven't actually started on yet, to give you a look around. But before we jump into that, let's just talk a bit about how much Milanote is. So if you use 100 notes, images or links, it's free. And then you also have the ability to upload 10 files, but you can share as many boards as you want. So if you're happy to kind of delete boards after you've finished working on them, after you've taken them, maybe you've taken a screenshot or created a PDF, then you could totally use it for free. I do pay for it. I pay $10 a month, which is billed annually, and I can basically make unlimited notes, images or links, unlimited file uploads. And the beauty of actually having an account is that I use Notion quite a bit, and you can actually upload your boards into Notion. So, and it allows you really to keep records of things and references and notes. I do like it. I like it. It's very visual, and apps like Notion don't really have as much functionality in terms of organizing content on a page. As you know, something like Notion is very much block by block, and I'm sure eventually they'll start putting in kind of like a boarding type of functionality, but at the moment it's quite difficult. So let's jump in. So I've actually created, so if you want to create a new board, you literally just drag in, and you could customize things like the color. You can have your brand colors if you wish, and also any icons. So you can actually cut, copy, you can delete it. And the other cool thing is you can convert it to a template. So let's say there's something that or a process that you always like to go through when it comes with your mood boards. For example, as an interior designer, you could totally create a new project template where you could create a board. So let's do this. Actually, that's a good idea. So you could create a board. So it is interior design project template. Okay, and then we can then choose a template. So you can also customize how this board looks. So let's just go back to the home, and we don't really like that icon, so we could just say, oh, it's a project, so it's a P. You could do all sorts of, choose whatever you like, choose a letter, whatever you have. So anyway, let's just choose this. And you can also customize the color, as I said before. So let's go back, and you can customize the color. So again, you can put in your custom color. I'm going to make this green because this is a studio lexicon type of project. And then once you go into there, you can actually just create all sorts of things. So we won't use a template yet. What I like to do is actually create a boards for each of the rooms. So I'll have things like, I know that most will have a kitchen. Okay, and you can see it's quite smart. It'll actually, a bathroom, bathroom. Let's say bedroom. Let's say you have, what other, study. Oops. Study. Let's go. Entry. What else we can have? What other rooms in a house do we normally have? So we've got our living room, and we've got, let's say, our dining room. Now we might also have things like a palette, and so on. So you can actually just create as many boards as you would like. And then when we go back to the home page, we can then say you can create, but you can convert it to a template. And then you can, then it means that every time you have an interior design project, instead of actually having to set up all your boards, you can go into that template and make adjustments so that you can easily just create that project. So let's just get into, I'll just go through one of these things. So let's say we've got a kitchen, and you can choose a few templates that you have. So the first thing you might want to do is you can create a mood board. Now, as you can see, it auto populates some images. If you want to keep the example content, you can just check this box, or you can use the template and it will be blank. So, and you can see here, this is where you can upload. So we might put in, for example, so color. So these might be things that you, material, and then you might want to write appliances. Oops. Okay, now the good thing about this is, so if you go, you can actually choose a color. So let's say you can use just this slider here, or you can pick a color from, let's say we just want it to be white. So we want white glossy cabinets. Okay, and then you can have, let's say there's, you don't need any of these, you can get rid of them. So all you have to do is you just delete whatever you don't need. Now, the best thing about it is we want to upload some images. So you can either edit an image, but I really like, let's say I want to do a kitchen that has white. Let's say we go into, so kitchen, white glossy glass cabinets. Okay, so let's pick that. Okay, so we can look in our images and we want to pick something that we might like. So I quite like, I know my clients sort of into this kind of thing. It looks like a rendering, but you can see here I've actually installed a client. So whenever you sort of hover on an image, you can click save, and it actually tells you if you want to save it to that board, or you can actually save it to anywhere that you want, but I want to save it. So let's hop back into the kitchen, and you can see it just pops into here. So, and you can literally just drag it in and you can make notes on it. So let's go back, and you can see here you can make a note. So, and I'm going to just write client would for glass cabinets. Now, I know this client wants to have a appliances. So, what kind of appliances? So I'm just going to hop into a Sydney appliance showroom, and they have a decent and she's already told me that she would like a Miele cooktop. Okay, so Miele cooktop. She wants probably maybe she wants a full service induction. So let's just say, okay, let's grab this one. Okay, so this is the full service induction, and you can see here again this sign pops up, so you go save to kitchen, and let's say we want she's already got a fridge that she wants to reuse, but she wants a dishwasher. So let's go, she likes Miele appliances, Miele dishwasher, and she likes ones that are not fully integrated. So she wants an underbench. So let's have a look at an underbench dishwasher. And she would quite like something like this. So again, you can just save it to kitchen. And the great thing is when you actually do bring it in, so we can then say, okay, we've got we've got this dishwasher. Now we can move this around. We want to put them in a stack. Let's move this note around. Then we can actually put it in a column and then organize the column. So into cards, and you can see it just kind of stacks. Whoops, should just stack like that. Oh, not there. There. Oops. Where did that go? There. So then we can say appliances. Now you can again change the color of this. So if you want to kind of start giving codes, you can then have, and then when you move this around, it moves it in a thing. So we have this things, and then you can go in and make a note. So here you can say, this actually will have a link, but you can go and say, okay, I'll just want to copy that, Command C, and then go in there and go there, and it will then give you that. So you can also create links and so on. So if you go in there, you'll see there's an image that you can then use for your reference. The same thing for our previous product. So we can copy that and put it into here. So we're going to put in a note. And remember, it's a dragging, not a clicking. Took me a bit of time to get that one right. And you can also obviously change the text style. So if you just want it normal text, then you can just keep it normal text, and it just sort of moves around with you. So you can then continue on and actually create something pretty quickly. Now, the other great thing about it, so you can put in, if you've got a board and you just want to keep on references, you can go into that board and create any kind of reference. So you can note, you can make sketches, you can make columns, you can draw connections, you can write a to-do list, all sorts of things there. And if you go on there, you can insert things like videos, colors. So even if you wanted a little video explainer, you can definitely upload them, as well as the ability to put audio. So if you have a little note for your client, now once your client has this, you can actually make comments on it, and then you can then export it, and you can do it as a PDF, or you can convert it to a linear document, or you can share it by inviting editors. Okay, so you can just copy the link and then email it to them, and also you can do a read-only link. So if you're doing it with clients, you can just click this on and copy the link, and you can allow them to write comments, but they can't actually move it around. Now the other thing is, so once you have, let's say I want to copy this link and I want to go into, for example, my Notion account. Let's just go into, I'll go into my Notion workspace, and I've got a command center, and I want to go into my Studio Lexicon Home, and I've got a whole thing there. So, but I might want to create a page. So I go John project. Check. Now I have a workflow from this, but I want to just make this into a page. So, and then once I've got the page, you can, let's say we just want to embed, and then we can just there and embed the link, and you can see here it just appears here. So you've got a very, very easy reference. You can make this bigger. I mean, obviously here in this thing, you can make it a full width page, so it, and make it small text so that you can fit more on the page. But you can see here, you can actually create. Now, the one thing in Milanote that you do have to note is it's sort of, if you want to print it as a PDF, it's obviously it's an unlimited canvas. You can make this as big or as small. So I like to make sure that I have things on separate boards, and I don't allow my images to get too big. Now you can actually resize, so if you find that you want to fit more onto a page, so you can, you know, when you create the PDF, you can resize things and so on. So I really love Milanote. I hope that this has helped you, and but I would definitely take on a free trial and have a little bit of a play around and make sure that you do check it out.